Hello students, I'm just making this video for as a practice problems for exam 3. So here's the first one. I'm going to go backwards, lesson number practice problem number 11. So 2 sine square plus cosine theta. So the question is, the question asks, solve this equation. So how do we solve the equation? Means what is the angle theta so that this left equals to right. So the best thing is try to write in one of the trigonometric ratio or function, that is here there's a sine square, cosine, and you can see very clearly the cosine stays exactly the same, but instead of sine square we can replace it by 1 minus cosine square, right? So you can use the Pythagorean identity that sine square cosine square is 1. So that means if I can always write this in the equivalent form, cosine square is, so write this, so replace. So replace sine square. So this you replace by 2, 1. So that stays the same, and we just replace sine square as 1 minus cosine square theta. And then use the distributive property. So this will reduce to 2 minus 2 cosine square theta. And then at the same time, you can do one more step here, we subtract minus 1. So that way we skip one step, and then we write cosine theta minus 1 equals 0, and then the cosine theta, there's a cosine square, so let's replace instead of cosine theta, let's replace it by p, some variable p. So this 2, and this negative 1 will be 1, so I will write 1 minus 2, and so this will be, because this is a cosine square, so it will be cosine p square, and this will be p, and we work this out, and we can write this in the proper quadratic, changing the sign, or you multiply negative 1 both sides. So that will flip switch all the signs. So this will be 2p square, this will be negative p, I'll put it like a negative 1p, and this positive 1 will be negative 1. And what are the factors? So we need to factorize this. So you can use different strategies. What I will do, because there's a 2p square, I'll just write 2p and then divide by 2, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. The only option that you have negative 2 is either you have negative 2 times 1, or it is positive 2 times negative 1. And remember, you need to have a minus p here, so this will help us because minus 2 and plus 1 gives you negative 1. So our best is we use these two, so just put them right here. Okay. And then you see this 2 eventually cancels out this 2 and this 2, and you get p minus 1. And these are the factors. As you can do splitting the middle term. So many different strategies can be used. My goal is, now let's replace back, what is that? P equals, sorry, cosine theta. So that, not yet. So let's use the zero product property. So either the first one is 0, the first parenthesis, if that's the case, then 2p plus 1 should be 0. So what does this mean is, adding 1, that means p has to be 1. And this one is p has to be minus half, because the opposite of plus 1 is minus 1, and opposite of multiplication is, so that's what we get. Then p equals 1, that's cosine theta, so replace back this part, we replace it back right here. So cosine theta is 1 and cosine theta is minus half. Okay, now think of unit circle, cosine of what angle is 1, so you can see. So the cosine, that means the x. So you see cosine of 0, so So if I say 0 here, cosine 0 is 1. So this is because it is 1 and 0. This side is minus 1 and 0. So it is, the only option is here theta. Theta has to be 0. And cosine theta is minus half. So what does this mean is, I think, yeah. Cosine 90 is, I think we are asking cosine theta is 1. So you want to know when it is going to be 1. Yes, you're right. This is correct. And the other one is cosine theta. This is minus cosine of pi by 3, right? Which we can have two answers here. So theta is minus cosine, and you can see the same thing right here. We can make another unit circle, okay? Because pi by 3, which is 60 degrees, the cosine is the half, okay? But because there's a minus, so where is cosine? Where is cosine? Which quadrant is negative? Is it's in the second quadrant or the fourth quadrant? So if it is the second quadrant, here the cosine is negative. Also cosine negative. So we need to have one of the angle is in the second quadrant. So all you do is, because this is pi by 3, and you can see there are three pi by 3s in a semicircle. So that means this is pi by 3, this also is pi by 3. That means there is 1 pi by 3 and there is 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3. So the first answer is the second quadrant. Theta is 2 pi by 3. And if you want to get the terminal sign in the third quadrant here, so you kind of add another pi by 3. So altogether 1 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 3, and 4 pi by 3. So answer is theta equals 4 pi by 3. So that means, so what are the angles here? So the theta is 0, then it is 2 pi by 3, and there is 4 pi by 3. So the question is asked, find the general equation. Suppose these are the, so this answer that we got is from 0 to 360, which is too high. And the question is asked in general, then you have to write this, because what we got here is cosine theta is 1. That means theta, the period of cosine is 2 pi. So therefore we can generalize and say, oh, 0 plus 2 pi k. This one will be theta is this angle 2 pi by 3, and every time you're adding 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, so just put k pi. And the last one is 4 pi by 3 plus again 2k pi. So this is where k is the integer. And that completes the problem. I hope this will help to understand how to go about getting the answer. Okay, so this is the first one. I'll make another video for problem number 10.